Hello and welcome to our presentation on Second Soul. My name is Griffin Littler.
My
My
name is
name is
Noah Smith.
my name is Austin Hall.
My name's Mason Monroe.
My name's Landon Weil.
Alrighty, so now we'll go into a little bit about Second Soul. We chose this local organization because I'm an employee there, so we had easy access to data, interviews, and other things like that. A little background on Second Soul. It has multiple locations all across Ohio, including Youngstown, its head location, Canton, Massillon, Toledo, Gahanna, and Lyndhurst, with others that are like privately owned throughout the state. It was founded by that man right there, Steve Hickson, in 1981. He opened his first franchise from the brand and then kept the name once the brand kind of closed out. And Second Soul sells many different products, not just shoes. It has insoles, apparel, nutrition, and other running tools and other running goodies. It is heavily involved in the community with a whole bunch of timing events, special events with local teams and local organizations, and has a unique process for fitting people for shoes that kind of helps set it apart from other big stores. Now we can kind of dive into some practices that they have too.
The marketplace for the shoe and apparel industry has really increased. The most notable peak was in 2022 for year over year, where it increased by 800,000 people to 205.8 million. This need really stemmed from post-COVID because after the lockdown, everything else like opened up for being closed. There's a lot of different big brands such as like Nike, Adidas, Puma, who really hones in on selling shoe and apparel, and they distributed their shoes towards many different stores such as like Dick's and Dunham's. The competition as far as like small businesses goes, after COVID, the U.S. federal government really gave out small business loans so people can start their small businesses. Other people did personal jobs or work from home or out of the garage. Other people opened up shoe and apparel stores. Um, with this being said, there's a lot of information available online because obviously post-COVID, Amazon really took off, and without having an online marketplace, you really won't be able to bring in any business or gauge any type of traffic that one would have.
The type of customers that they attract is ranging from all types of people, especially like young athletes that are involved in sports throughout their schools, even track and field kids and recreational runners that just need the support and from their staffing. Competitive runners is a big one of their customers that train for marathons and local races around them. Even just simple comfort focused walkers that just want a professional input on like day to day walking and stuff like that. Even the elderly customers that just need extra cushioning and just a better input on shoes. And they also talked about how post surgery patients need special footwear for rehabilitation, just for extra support and the help with recovery.
So Seiko's competitors consist of very like big brands, big stores, and some small brands and small stores. Um, there's brands such as like as I mentioned before, Nike, Puma, and Adidas, who really outsource all their goods and deliver their goods to stores such as Dick's, even Fleet, Lucky's, Dunham's. Also, the the local small businesses such as Lucky Shoes and Fleet, are very competitive. They offer like a set of personalization as far as the customer experience goes, as well with Second Soul, and they're very competitive in that nature.
So I took a dive into more of the inventory system, more of the, I guess, backstage part of it. So Second Soul, looking at their strategy first, they take in two different approaches as far as ordering in and bringing things in. They take the at once approach, which is just like it sounds, bringing products in as they're needed at once. And then the futures approach, which is kind of using the current sales trends to predict what they need to order in the future. If shoe A is selling better than shoe B, order more of shoe B for the future rather than shoe A. Uh, they keep a smaller inventory on hand, which Mark had actually said that helps a lot as far as one, keeping the inventory and keeping track of it better. Two, it also helps with the back orders and delays. The bigger the order, the harder it is to bring in, but it'll help with keeping those delays down, keeping the products moving and flowing a lot easier than a bulk order would. It's kind of more of a JIT, just in time ordering approach rather than ordering like Fleet Feet does in more of a bulk approach. Jumping into a competitive standpoint, Fleet Feet, they use more of a bigger warehouse setting. They bring in more bulk orders. They use robotic warehouses. I read in the essay, I touched on it a little bit more. They use more AI robotics and things of that nature to process their orders, pack their orders, process their inventory a little bit easier. But they also order in bulk. They order in bulk, but they also order in more of a broad standard. They don't order a lot of the more limited edition, special, limited time only products. They try to save money on that and order on more of a bulk ordering, simple approach to try to keep the inventory simple, easy to track, and easy to move.
Okay, so I looked at the capacity management of Second Soul. One of the things they're proud of is their staffing efficiency. They like to cross-train their employees, which means train them for multiple positions. So if they're busy, um, if one section of the store is busier than the other, then their employees can go and help other employees and not just be stuck in one role. This helps with like team shopping nights where it could be really crowded in one section of the store. It will make it easier and have the best possible customer service. And then they've also recently innovated their service, which includes online ordering now, and they can have in-store pickup, which allows easier for customers to buy and also expands their market a little bit. And then they also have mobile tents at some races and bigger events, which will help broaden their market, like I said before, and then also their customers. They'll get their name out there to more people.
So a huge part about Second Soul is the service process, or what we would call the fit process. It's the key thing that kind of sets us apart from other like bigger stores or other stores that compete in the same type of market. So all customers will get the same fit process across all our stores. It's been uniform and kind of streamlined in the past couple months. So all customers will get like an initial consultation where they'll get asked questions about what brings them in, what type of things they're looking for, as well as things like budget, areas of pain, things like that. After that, it's a little bit old school, but they'll get their foot measured on a Brannick device, which will tell the worker the length and the width of the shoe that they need to pull for the customer. After that, they'll have a gait analysis, which this will include watching the customer walk without shoes on and help distinguish their like areas of interest, such as like their arches, their ankles, their knees, things like that. The salesperson kind of notices things like flattening arches or rolling inward or outward, and that kind of helps gear what they're looking for in terms of the shoes and what they can pull for the customer. After that, they'll get a couple different shoe options from across many different brands, and they'll try them on either side by side so they can determine what they like and dislike, or at the same time to see how they're feeling together. But this gives them a good idea to see what brands work well for them, what don't work well for them, as well as getting some other product options out there like insoles or socks that could also help their experience overall. And this is a process that usually can take, or sometimes it takes many different tries to get it right. Mark said he'd rather have a customer come back on the second time and get it right rather than failing the first time and losing a customer. So it's pretty open for returns, exchanges, things like that for bigger or smaller sizes, allowing for a better relationship to be had with the customer overall. And like any organization, there's some opportunities that Second Soul could improve on and be a little better. They can take part in more events besides things like running groups or like running themed events. They recently started doing some things like that. And one of the pictures over there, they recently did a podcast and kind of informational session with Dr. Leo Cormanac, which is a local doctor in the Canton, Akron area, where you got to ask questions and then got to watch a live recording of a running podcast. Another thing they could do is implement a rewards program. This has been something that's been talked about for a while, both among employees and in higher up positions. It would require a lot of implementation, but it could strongly encourage people to come back to Second Soul and not purchase from either like online like Amazon or other stores, as they could reward them for coming back and give them like points or free things that would help keep the customer engaged and wanting to come back. And lastly, implementing customer feedback is going to be something simple as like asking questions on social media or in person. This could allow for proper sizes and colors to be ordered, so like gauging interest on things like that. So like a special edition, if customers want it in, we could ask and they could order. This would reduce things like flops or like overstocks of certain colors or models overall. And implementation of customer feedback can help Second Soul gauge their events and other things as well.
In conclusion, Second Soul stands out through its unique fitting process, community support, and personalized services. By focusing on their customers' needs, with their inventory and service efficiency, it helps them stay ahead in their industry. For the future growth, opportunities include more engagement within the community, customer feedback, and with the rewards program, ensuring a long-term success, providing the community with quality footwear and advice. And that is our presentation.
Thanks for watching.